Hey ladies, this is Mocha Mommy here bringing you another video, and believe it or not, this video was supposed to be another sports shorts. I was gonna really talk about the NFC and AFC championship games and make little funny quips and jokes about the starting quarterbacks and other players on the team, and maybe throw in a little bit of social commentary because I just wanted you ladies to get a good laugh and hopefully participate. But in this video, I really want to challenge you. I had all these funny quips prepared, for Jimmy Garoppolo, right? Jimmy Garoppolo, his name might be hard to pronounce and hard to spell, but you got to put some respect on it because he's in the NFC Championship, that type of thing. But then I really thought about Jimmy Garoppolo. Every single turn, this man has been underestimated. He was nobody's favorite to win. And if you really look at it, by this time of year, he was supposed to be unemployed. The San Francisco 49ers really not going to be considering him to be their starting quarterback for next year. But here he is, possibly about to make a Super Bowl appearance. My very first Super Bowl memory was of the San Francisco 49ers. It was the San Francisco 49ers and Joe Montana versus the Cincinnati Bengals and Boomer Esiason. And here we are again, possibly the Cincinnati Bengals, right? The AFC division winner of their division against the number one team. They beat the Titans. They pretty much slayed the dragon. And Joe Burrow, again, somebody underestimated and not really considered, did a great run against the Kansas City Chiefs earlier this season. But again, a man whose mindset definitely defies all of the odds of all of the football experts. Matthew Stafford of the Los Angeles Rams, basically taken out a college phenom who was put on a team, the Detroit Lions, basically where quarterbacks go to die, and has yet remained a consistent phenom and winner even during being overlooked, during seasons that were lost, and now to possibly be playing on the biggest stage years later of endurance. And it's so interesting. While the world is fascinated by these stories of triumph, by these stories of perseverance, by these stories of men who've overcome the odds, why is it here in Black YouTube are we discussing and dissecting these losers? I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. Ladies, let's stop focusing on these losers. There are plenty of channels that do it. And if you want to support those channels, I encourage that, because definitely somebody needs to blow the lid off of this dysfunction. But I called this a year ago when I said the expert advice, a YouTuber drops gems. I even called that Andrew Schultz, because Andrew Schultz has been calling out stupidity that he sees happening on the sidelines of our community. He did the same thing with Tariq Nasheed. He did the same thing. Joe Rogan did the same thing with Hotep Jesus. When they see this foolishness, other people call it out. So their going mainstream has never been a concern for me, because I always knew that their stupidity was just going to be put on a bigger platform, and that other people were going to use it to criticize them. And especially now that they're inviting other people to the conversation, they're going to invite other people's criticism to the conversation. And just like I said in the Clutch My Pearls video, really don't offer what you know. Ask what do they know about it. Ask them what they know about the manosphere. Even just an example, over the Christmas holiday, when I told you ladies I had a family member visiting, and that's how I started getting her to go to some of these sports bars where there's going to be a football demographic. She was saying that she was on a Facebook group, and that the guys in the Facebook group were using a lot of suited content creators rhetoric. And then as you kind of traced it back, you look to see that those guys were pretty much non-select anyway, a bunch of baby daddies and part-time FedEx workers, nobody you were really interested anyway, but they had so much to say. And that's kind of when I was like, well, in a era of, fake super chats and people paying for views and likes, you're going to see a lot of dumb, stupid rhetoric out there. And I heard it from a lot of the sports YouTubers, and now I guess it's kind of coming to fruition. And speaking of sports, you want to go out to the sports bar, and there have definitely been some, and I got a chance to actually model some good behavior for her instead of just shoving some YouTube video down her throat. She doesn't even know I'm a YouTuber, but and let me tell you, there's a very big in the north suburbs, like the big Polynesian demographic that were really into football, and they were definitely really engaging. So I think it really got her to rethink her currency. And it's nothing that I had to say, but everything that I had to show her. So ladies, take this advice seriously and take advantage of this opportunity. Don't sit on the sidelines and keep discussing idiots. Originally, Mocha Mommy Sports Shorts was called Water Cooler Sports, and my plan was on Mondays to just give you ladies a recap of just the weekend in sports and sports culture, just so that you can better participate in, I guess, like the proverbial water cooler gossip around your workplace or with your coworkers, friends, neighbors, acquaintances, and classmates. But I really want to challenge you ladies a little further. I really want to challenge you to look up these three men, look up their interviews, look up their highlight reels, and learn a little bit more about their championship mindset. Then I really want you ladies to use this opportunity to socialize. Use this opportunity, ladies, to really discover the sports bars in your neighborhood, in your area. Find out if it caters to the NCAA college scene, and that there's going to be a lot of alumni out. See if it caters to the particular sports demographic that you're interested in. See if it's hopping on which night. And the best way to find that out really is through the bartenders and the wait staff. Take the time to talk and invest with them. I mean, I know where I live in a tech hub. So typically when teams like the San Francisco Giants, like I told you ladies last spring, and now the San Francisco 49ers, when those teams are represented in the playoffs, the Silicon Valley transplants that live in my area usually are out in droves, and they're looking to socialize simply because they're away from home, and this is a home game for them when they see that their teams are represented. So ladies, definitely be out. Basketball is not really my crowd, but I would assume that Golden State Warriors bring them to the yard too, bring the boys to the yard. But I'll say this about California sports fans: that Michelob Ultra, that's some nasty beer. But other than that, ladies, if you live in a tech hub, take advantage of this time. Ladies, use this opportunity to hit up your local sports bar. Talk to not just the patrons about the games that you've noticed and some of the things that you've been learning, but also talk to the wait staff and the bars and the bartenders to find out where the hopping joints are, the best viewing experiences, who has the greatest food, where the single men are, where the ball is at. I'll tell you this, definitely use this to communicate with your coworkers. If there's going to be a Super Bowl party, where can you participate? Use this to talk about to talk to your coworkers, classmates, and men that you might be vetting. Ask if they played. I guarantee you, asking a guy to recount his high school football glory days will give you more information about who he is as a man than anything you can find on Been Verified. Let me tell you. So, ladies, use this opportunity to get out there. Ladies, don't let this opportunity pass you by. Find out who's having the Super Bowl party of friends or family members who you may want to reconnect with. Let's start finding out if there's any kind of office events, anything that your school is sponsoring, any kind of social activities, meetup groups that might be revolved, because this is going to be the most watched television event probably all year, one of the most watched television events for the year. Okay. So make it a point to be out. Make it a point because people are going to be talking about it. People are going to be participating, and you really don't want to miss out. Set a precedent for 2022 to not be following down this rabbit hole, YouTube rabbit hole, discovering the mindsets of losers, but figure out what it is these winners are doing, and what traits can you embody, and what conversation topics are they bringing up, so that you have some good icebreakers so that you can begin to network. Ladies, just don't let this opportunity pass you by. Remember, this is supposed to be fun. We cannot keep living in this virtual world where we're theorizing and psychologizing and dissecting every single thing and people's pathologies and mentalities when there's a real world going on out there. Okay? Remember, this is the first unofficial holiday of 2022. Don't spend it talking about these freaking losers. Get in and get out and socialize, okay? Use this to focus on the winners. This is Mocha Mommy, and I'll see you in the next video.